Good morning and welcome to the Wallet to Wealth Female Entrepreneur Interview Series. So I've been away and I'm back in support of Halton Women's Place. From Wallet to Wealth is a brand created to speak to women to help mentor and educate and inspire ladies to living and leading empowered lives. We have raised over $47,000 for Halton Women's Place at our 2 annual speaker galas, and our third one will be November the 11th. So mark that on your calendars. And we also host several events to help ladies build their businesses. So this year we have created our power introductions. We freed ourselves from subconscious money sabotage. We've worked on developing our intuition, and we've developed our marketing strategies. So join our squad. We are all about success and breaking barriers. Not only do we help women win, we shine a spotlight every Monday on a female entrepreneur to help her own her future. So today, I am honored to welcome a lady who many of you have known, and she may be great for our next workshop. She's written 2 books, Awaken to Your Truth, The Time Is Now, and co-authored Finding Your Way Back to Happiness. So we'll bring Joanna up. Joanna Alexopoulos, how are you? So glad.
Hi, Whitney. Good morning.
So good to have you here. And so you're going to talk to us a little bit about your channeling, which is always a fascinating topic that many of us can talk about for a few hours. So thank you so much for making the time to be here with us today and to, just download the message of, you've got a strong message, and I had a great chat with you yesterday, and so happy to have you. So we'll just jump in. Recently, we've been talking a lot about intergenerational trauma or societal messages that we have that really impact and change our futures, either to feeling, not so great, or to being a catalyst to moving forward, exactly as you have done. So what beliefs have you had over the decades?
Yes. Well, yes, thank you. Thank you firstly for having me, Whitney. It's truly an honor being with you. And I'm so grateful that you are doing all the work that you're doing to help so many. It's such a wonderful, wonderful experience that you're allowing so many women to have and hold within them, and to help them grow and develop and be the best that they can be. So thank you so much for all the work that you do.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. So yes, my life actually has been an interesting journey of self-discovery. And it all began, of course, in my childhood with all the limiting beliefs that were set before me from my parents and from the community that I was raised in and from our church. So these beliefs were I lived in a very suppressive and constrictive life, in that I was not allowed. There were so many negatives. There were so many do not do's, so many rules that dictated my life, that it was just so suffocating and so debilitating in so many ways. I lost my freedom. I knew that deep within me, I wanted to know more. I wanted to be more. I wanted to experience more, but it was like they were clipping my wings. I couldn't do or be or have, or I couldn't do anything. Everything that I seemed to want to do was wrong. So it was like I wanted to get out. I wanted a way out. And it was all because of these limiting beliefs that hold us back, of like non-acceptance. Like my parents always wanted, and of course, there were all these rules of how to be and how to behave. So it was fear of not being accepted by the community, fear of not doing what was expected of us. And me, I was completely the opposite of, I don't believe in all of this. I want my own freedom. I know I have you. This is a violation of my freedom, my rights. From a very young age, I had that inner knowledge, that inner knowingness, I have to say.
Yeah. Joanna,
And
I just have to jump in here just as you're
Yeah.
speaking, because something's coming to me. I'm wondering, was this, because many of us have had this. I hear it in the female world. Did the guys have it too, and they just ignored it?
No.
Or
The
was
guys,
it?
they had more freedom. They had it all. They had all the freedom, and us girls, we had nothing. And in fact, at that time, even I'm of Greek descent. I'm Greek, and my parents are immigrants, and we came when I was 3, and it was like they were always trying to fit into the norm, and it was like, and I was like, no, I'm already me, and I love being me, and it was like, it was a constant battle, and I wanted to talk to boys. I wasn't allowed. I wanted to, go to the theater, to the show, to the movies. I wasn't allowed. No, you can't. I wanted to go to a school dance. No, you can't. So it was always no, but the guys, they could do everything, which was so confusing to me. Yeah. And then the way out was for me to leave. I mean, I didn't want to disappoint them. And I thought, I have to get out of here. I looked for a way out. And I did that by continuing my education and moving out and going to university in another city in Toronto. Now, at that time, girls were not to get an education, Whitney. No. Yeah. We were supposed to not even finish high school and then just get married and have kids. Yes. So I'm telling you, it was tough. And I'm sure you went through the same or similar. And a lot of people went through similar experiences. So we had it quite rough, But then I went away and I did everything that I wanted to do in that way, that I just left. And I didn't care what anybody thought of me. And I proved everybody wrong. I proved everybody wrong in that I showed women at that time, young women, that yes, you can do it. You can do it. You can be what you want. You can go and see the world. I traveled. I went to Greece. I stayed there for a couple of years. I went to Cyprus. I did so much that nobody did that in our community. No young woman did that. Traveled on my own. Are you kidding me? So it was very difficult for me, but it never stopped me from being me. But then it did. I have to say, Whitney, it did. All of these limiting beliefs, all of these no's, all of this how to be, how to be accepted by others, all this unworthiness, all this these limiting beliefs of powerlessness carried through in my lifetime. I thought they didn't, but they did.
So you have explained that, Joanna, you have explained that so well, because so many women have had that message: behave, be perfect, be proper, be this. And we've caretaked, right? We've caretaked children and husbands and family members. That's fine. But the thing is that look at the creativity that's coming out now that, we've done the caretaking job. Now it's time to unleash, and exactly what you're doing, the messages that you have, and I can see, I hear how, because of what you went through, you're able to bolt out into what you're doing now to help both genders. To get, because everybody's trapped, but what you're speaking of, this is a common trapping, especially of Europeans, Eastern Europeans. I mean, you didn't add the woman thing in there, but I mean, I was a second-class citizen because I was born female. It was just our culture. That's,
exactly that. Women had no say in anything. No, we had to be quiet and we had to do what we were told. It's as simple as that. And you know what? That didn't fit into my norm. Mine was different. But then again, like I said, as I went into adulthood and I did, I got my education, all that, there was an emptiness inside of me. I wasn't fulfilled and I wasn't happy. And I because I was always trying to prove myself. It was the limiting beliefs. It was like, you're not worthy enough. You're not accepted because you're different. You're not, you have to be a certain way. So I carried that through my life, and I created, because we're creators, I created experiences that brought that to me. So the experiences that I had were not the best ones. And they were always with me blaming and shaming myself and feeling like I was always sabotaging myself and not feeling that I was enough. So that, when I finally had enough of that and all this unworthiness and all this feeling of lack and limitation, when I finally came to understand that, wait a minute here, it doesn't have to be that way. I started to climb out of that victimhood mentality. When you started to hold that intention of, I want something better.
Yeah.
I want to be better. I want to be free from all these attachments of negativity.
Yeah.
I want to be free. I want to be me. And I'm happy with being me. And I don't care what others think of me. I am me, and I'm a beautiful me.
Yeah.
So when I started to step into my power, and I that's when my spiritual journey started, actually, when I realized that, hey, I'm not a victim. I am not a victim. I am making myself a victim with my feelings of lack and limitation that really they're not my beliefs. They were beliefs that I picked up from childhood.
Yeah.
I was seeing my life through the lens of others. So when I finally realized that, and I devoured one book after the other, wanting to know, who am I? Why am I here?
Yeah.
I wanted to know everything about life beyond, about God, about how life worked. Yeah. I wanted to know the deeper meaning of life, it was like a crazy time in my life from the year 2005, I would say, until finally 2012, when actually through all of that growth period that I experienced and all of that, time where I I lived in gratitude. I looked for blessings in my life. I was so grateful to be alive. I spent a lot of time forgiving myself of all that I had allowed myself to into my life, and also forgiving others, because I realized that others are where they are because of their limiting beliefs. This is not who they really are. This is all that they know.
Yes.
In accordance with their level of consciousness. So of forgiveness of others, acceptance. I went through all of that, and it was a wonderful time. However, I still continued to not feel well. So that I didn't say anything about that from childhood. I wasn't well. I felt very toxic. I felt heaviness. I felt nausea, and no one really knew what my issues were. No doctor, no one could figure out why I was feeling that way. And it was I think a compilation of me and feeling anger and resentment and frustration with my environment and not being able to be me, but also it was more than that. And I understood that when I was on this journey in the year 2005 through to 2012. And I realized then that I am a highly sensitive empath. And besides picking up my own negative thoughts and feelings and carrying them, I pick up others.
Yes.
And that sucks, it's like, what? And I didn't know how to manage that. So I was picking up other people's feelings and emotions and carrying them as my own. And and this was creating toxicity within me. Yeah. And it was like, and then finally I realized that I had to manage this, and then, but like I said, when things really turned around, it was 2012 when I gave up on life. I really did. I hit rock bottom. My life was perfect in the eyes of everybody else. I had a beautiful family. I had an education. I loved my job. I was a teacher. I taught for 30 years with Toronto District School Board.
And you had a great marriage, and you have a great marriage for over 4 decades.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it'll be 40 years in October. And he's a wonderful man, and he's very supportive in all that I do. I have 2 wonderful children. You know what? Everything was going well, but I wasn't well.
Yeah.
I wasn't
So
well.
it sounds like you aligned. You got
I
everything
did.
aligned,
I
and
did.
then
I aligned, and my spirit guides came through, and that's when they came through in 2012. And I'm like, what? What is this? And they came through loud and clear to lift me up from this dark period of time that I was living. And they pretty much said, listen, you're not alone. You're not alone. We're here and we love you and we want to help you, uplift you, and give you encouragement and support. And you're beautiful and you're you. And it's wonderful that you're you. Continue being you. So I got, from that time, it was like a whole new path opened for me because I'm a channeler, which means I communicate with higher realms. We actually it's conversational, which is interesting. We talk back and forth. I talk with angels, my guides, my ascended masters who came through for the delivery of my book. And now I speak with God, with Source, with the Creator, with the highest intelligence. And I deliver messages to our world. Wisdom and guidance comes through to me. And this is my purpose. They tell me, this is your purpose. You came here to do that. You have besides your own personal purpose of living a happy and healthy life and using your gifts, you have a global purpose. I have a global purpose to share what comes to me. Yeah. So it's just a beautiful story. It really is. I'm really happy that I'm where I'm at right now.
oh,
Yeah.
I love this. So you work with tell us how people can work with you. So I know you work with some groups and you work independently. And I am a very large believer of working in a spiritual world along with working in the world that we're in, just because I experience a lot too. I use that in my business, but my business is different than yours. So tell us about yours.
Yes, well, I'm an intuitive and a channel, as I said, and I help people awaken to their true nature. So all my writings and my teachings actually focus on helping people be here now and live a healthy and happy, fulfilled life, and realize their higher self. That's what it is. Because we have a higher self, but we're not using it. A lot of us are not using it. We have a soul, and a higher self is wanting to be activated and access it and activated. Bring it forth and allow it to shine through you to help you become your best self. So I do that through, like I said, my writings and teachings. I do that through one-on-one counseling. One-on-one, and I also do it through group sessions whereby I bring in, I go into an altered state and I bring in the higher realms, and people get to ask their questions. And it's interesting how when people ask their questions, what comes through is a beautiful messages for everyone there, because Spirit knows what everybody needs to hear. So it doesn't matter what you're asking. It's like, yeah, your question is answered, but it's more than that. So it's really healing. The transmissions that come forth are healing. They're supportive. They're encouraging. They're uplifting. They're loving messages. And yes, I do this through small group channeling sessions. And like I said, through one-on-one, I do intuitive counseling, and I also do intuitive plus channeling counseling. And I also do energy work. I'm a Reiki energy healer, and I do that. And messages come through as I'm working on people that way as well. And I also do workshops, and I never really got a chance to really develop that because of COVID.
Yes.
Yeah. But I do speak, I do presentations, and I do speak on topics like, who are you? Why you are here? What is your purpose? The conditioned self, fear versus love. I'm just reading here, raising your vibration. the present moment awareness, the power of the present moment. You are not your thoughts. Power of choice. We all have choice, and a lot of us who feel we're caught up in this mentality of victimhood, and we're blaming others, where we don't really realize that, step into your power. You have choice. We have choice. God has given us free will and choice to live our lives the best way that, we can, and through that. And, when you realize, Whitney, that we are spiritual beings, we are energetic beings. This is something that people don't really get yet. We're starting to get it, that we are made of energy. And our energy is created through our thoughts. Thought is very powerful.
Yeah.
And through our feelings and, of course, our behaviors. And whatever energy, our vibration, whatever vibration we hold through our energy, through our thoughts and our beliefs and our speech, how we speak and our behavior, all of that is emanated out to the universe, to God.
Right.
And wherever we are, whatever we're emanating out comes back to us.
Right.
So when we're focusing on the lack and the limitation and the I'm not enough, and I'm blaming other people, and I'm afraid, and oh my God, what is happening in my world? And oh my God, should I do this? Should I do that? I don't know what to do. All of this indecisiveness, all of this is creating fear. It's blocking our intuitive intelligence from coming through. It's blocking us from being our higher self, from emanating love. When you're emanating love, peace, gratitude, joy, kindness, you're getting that back tenfold. Trust me, you know that, Whitney.
Yeah.
You know that, and when you're giving and you're always receiving even more. So, let's focus, let's realize who we are and use our energy in a positive, delightful way to create what we really want in our lives, really, what we really want. What do we really want? We want to be happy.
Yeah.
We want to be at peace. We don't want to be stressed,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, this is so good. And I mean, it makes common sense for anybody who's listening who says, of course I want these things. It's like, of course I just want to be happy, or I want to be in love, and I want to have a great relationship. Mm-hmm. But we don't have that, because because of what we put out. And it is hard, when you step in your mind, in your own mind, it's a pretty scary place to go. Like, don't go in there alone, because
that's right. And this is it. It's what we think that we have, we're a body and a mind, and we have, until now, we've really allowed our minds to take control of our lives.
Yeah.
And now there's a whole movement of change, as you know it. There's a whole shift happening here.
There is.
You can call it a spiritual shift. You can call it an awakening. You can call it whatever you want. But really, very well, Whitney, and I think we can all attest to that we are growing in most delightful ways.
We're
coming into our creativity now. And we're using our heart more, the compassion, our heart to lead us instead of our minds. We're getting out of that, oh, you can't do it. Oh, you can't. No, you shouldn't. Yeah. No, we're like, hey, yes, I can.
I know we've created a wonderful generation of millennials who, it's like my own daughter that she says to me, I don't know this, Mom. Like, I don't know the limitations of, what the message is that we heard. So it's evolving. The world is evolving. People are evolving. Yes. Equality is evolving. Yes. And I think we're healing physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. So it's a great, I'm so happy it's just the right timing. I know, because you and I had spoken a while ago, and it's the right timing for us to be here today. We just have to wrap up, but because I know we could really talk about this for hours, and maybe what we do is talk later about doing a workshop, but because I think you have a great great message, and we all need to hear and work on this. It is, ask for what you want in life, and sometimes we just don't know how to ask that, and that's
Yes.
where we can come to somebody like you who can help us open up what's available, what's at the buffet.
Exactly.
What can we choose here?
So much available
Yeah,
to
so I
us.
know
So
that
much.
if you can put your contact information below,
I
and
will do that.
your books look fabulous. You've written so well,
Thank you.
and I'll just give you the last message here.
Yes, I just wanted to say that, I want everyone to know that you are so loved. There's so much love for you. There's so much love coming to you now from the higher realms, and there's so much support coming to you. And all you need to do is open your mind, and this will open your heart to higher awareness, so that you can surpass the limitations that have been set before you now. You can surpass them. And all the challenges that you feel that there is no way out, there is. Trust me, there is. You just open yourself up to the higher realms that are coming to you to help you now. All this light being poured into our planet now, and it's coming into the minds and the hearts of those most open. So please do that. Open your minds to all this beautiful light energy that's coming in, and it's healing us. It really is. And opening up our awareness and our consciousness is soaring to new heights. It's such a wonderful time to be here.
Yeah, and Joanna, just exactly what you're saying is just, I just want to repeat on that. What Joanna's talking about is allowing, opening yourself up to, for example, let's just say, I would like to lead a more happier, balanced life, and then
That's
open
it.
it up to allowing. And sometimes we just don't know that we can do that.
Yes.
So we can do that, and you've got that ability to help people to go much further with it. So thank you, Joanna, and we'll.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Whitney, it was such a pleasure talking to you. Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, you're welcome, and we'll chat again, and we'll keep everybody posted. And I know a lot of people watch replay, so please leave messages about if you want more of Joanna. We'll bring Joanna to you. And everybody have an awesome day.
Yes, thank you, Whitney. Love.
Thank you.
Bye
Okay.
for now.
Bye-bye.